So I wanted to make a little video on how or what Disgaea is to help people get into the game and see if it's a right fit for them. Disgaea series has been around for a while. This is the mobile game of it. It's called Disgaea RPG. And one of the basics that it follows is that, like any other Disgaea game, it's made for people who love RPGs. If you like playing RPGs, if you played a lot of RPGs, this might be a game that is for you. You do level up characters in this game. The normal Disgaea game is more like a strategy RPG, like your Final Fantasy Tactics, or actually Final Fantasy Tactics is the closest thing to it. But this one is more of a standard RPG, which is turn-based. You do have a certain amount of characters on the screen, 5 characters for this one per team, and you can swap one of them out. So I'm going to go into the basics of what this Disgaea thing is. I'm going to use the character screen for the main character that I'm using as a reference or sort of guide to where and what each thing is. So in Disgaea, the game developers want you to break the game. So they are all about leveling people up to ludicrous levels, getting ludicrous stats, and trying to break or exploit the mechanics as much as possible. That's how I see it whenever I do it. So, as you can see here, we have the character thing. Now, in this game, the characters level up, and the items also level up. And then your proficiency is also a factor. Each character has a name, and then it has a class right here. This is specific for a special character. There be many of them, but there are generic characters that have classes too. Classes are what determine your abilities and the moves that you learn, somewhat. They are mainly responsible for abilities and the skills that you can use without any weapons. Abilities are passive abilities, sort of like how Pokemon have again, passive abilities or abilities. Gen 3 forward. They like static. So they're always going to be in the game as long as the conditions are fulfilled. And every character has one, at least. You can actually level up and give them more sub-abilities, which are more passive abilities. But for that, you need to do a little bit more. But I just wanted to go for the basic ones. So you can see that's why class is important. You can see the stats down there. HP, self-explanatory, that's health points. How many you have, the more you have, the more damage you can take. If it reaches 0, your character dies, obviously. You have attack. Now, attack is based on characters that focus on that stat. So if you have someone like mages or people who use magic, attack will not be something they'll be concerned with. Intelligence is the exact opposite. They'll be concerned with mages or people that use intelligence for the attack. It is stated on every skill which stat they look out for. Then you have defense, which is, again, physical defense. So it's going to be the thing that's going to reduce the opponent's attack power or hit on you. And resistance does the same thing with intelligence. Now, unlike other games and Disgaea games too, this one is a little bit weird when it comes to speed. Speed determines your turn order. There is a bar at the bottom that always tells you who's going to move first, who's going to move second. I'm going to go into a battle just for a bit so that you can understand it a little bit more. Let's try an item world battle. Don't worry about these modes. Just think about it as a separate stage that I'm selecting. So you can see here where we start off the battle, this is the turn order. I have it on 4 times speed right now, but you can see how the thief, this character right here, it goes first. And then comes the mushroom. Then so forth and so forth. This is determined by speed. Now, character speed, that does not change. It does not change when you level up. It does not change if you improve your class stats. It will change if you increase your stars, but it's not a thing that you can naturally increase. You have to increase it either through buffs or debuffs to decrease it, or you wear an equipment. Shoes, most likely, are the things that make that happen. Then you have all the things. So each character has one weapon type, and it has 3 armor types. So you can customize them however you want. Humanoids have different weapons. Humanoids can be denoted by the top left image. If you see that right above the sword, there's a little human symbol. That means that's a human. That's a humanoid character. A monster character has this Bowser-looking symbol. You can see how the weapon there, as I said before, the sword one, is right here. Swords are humanoid, and they are what he is equipped with right now. He can actually equip other weapons too, but according to weapon proficiency, you want to change it up. I mentioned stars a bit. These are the stars. The more star a character has, the more powerful generally he would be. So a 3-star Valvatore right here, it says, would be weaker than a 4-star Valvatore is of the same level. You have the level, you see how 314 out of 600. 600 is the cap. You can actually increase the cap by using another facility. So these are not the ones. And then NE is the new addition to this, where it gives you more abilities. We'll get into that soon too. So as I was saying, the weapon types right here, it says it is Aqua Sword, which is based on attack. You can tell because the attack stat is so high, or it's there that it uses the attack power. Chainmail, Blood Orb, and Chainmail again are all armor, so you can equip whatever you want. On the right side, you can check out the resistances. So if it says minus 25, that just means that it will take more damage from fire, and it will take 50% less damage from ice. And then there's wind, and finally there is the dark one. Then you have the cheat rank. So from this facility that I told you about that increases your level cap, you can actually make it so where your character gains more stats off a certain stat each time he levels up. This is done right after you reincarnate or break the cap of a character. We're going to get into that too. And you can see here, it says, right here, it says skill and weapon. So that WM is usually sent for weapon mastery, or what we're going for. So these are the things. You can equip 4 skills on a character, whatever they learn. Though the symbol right here that has the hand on it, that means it's a unique skill that's only accessible to the person in that class. Then we have the blade one. You can see how the sword is, again, right there. It gives the detail as you click on it. It's based on your weaponry. Now, if you move down, it says weapon mastery, which is how much proficient or efficient are you with the weapon. The more level you have for a weapon, the more of its skills you will be able to use. Now, if you don't have that weapon equipped, you will not be able to use those skills. If you played Disgaea before, unlike older Disgaeas, in this one, you cannot change your equipment during battle. So once you enter a battle, your equipment will be the same. I do not believe there's any character that can do that. For now, maybe in the future there will be. You can enhance the skill levels, because skill also have levels. You can see how it says 16 out of 30, 14 out of 30. You can actually do that by using it in battle many times, or by using skills that you have. Like if you click on enhance, you click on a thing, you can use one of these items to increase them. I would just suggest you to keep on doing it while you have those. Just use normal battle to increase it. Then you have an ability, which I was talking about. So it says sword-wielding allies increase the attack power. Sword-wielding allies attack power plus 18%. So this means that every person that's using a sword will get an 18% attack boost. You can see how it says sub-abilities. These will be unlocked if I do any 1, any 5, and any 7. Any 7 are more like merges, so if you have the same character with the same stars, you can merge them together to get 1 NE. Actually, stars don't really matter. So if you have a Valvatoris with 1 star, which is not possible, I don't think, you could use that to increase his NE. NE right here gives you additional effect. You can see you can only NE a person 10 times. Okay. With that, let's go into the skills learn. If you look at this tab, you will see which kind of skills they learn. Unique skills right here. They tell you which level you learn it at. Spells are when you equip the staff. You can see it says level 4, level 9, level 15, level 22, and level 30. Each character has a different one. And then weapon skills are another sub-branch of their own. So there's a lot of customization, as I said before. So you can use what skills you want, you can do it. Now, it says level 15, as I said before. If you checked out this thing, it said right here, 11. So I'm 11 out of 11. However, again, you can break the caps on this through Reincarnation. We're going to go into that lab right now. If you see right here, it's called Mao's Lab. That's where you go. And when you go there, there will be 4 options for you. Reincarnate, Awaken, NE, and Allocate Mana. Reincarnation just means you break your level cap. It requires you to reach the max level, which is why you can't see Valvatore there. He has to be level 600 to be reincarnated again. You do use some resources for that. Then you have Awaken, which increases your stars. So a 2-star can be 3 stars. You just need 5 characters of any class, any name, as long as they have the same number of stars. So for Prism Ranger here, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I select all of them and press Awaken, he will increase to the next level. Now, if there is a person that has an NE in it and you use him as a material for Awakening, his NE will be lost. So, I mean, the game does prompt you beforehand that you're going to lose a developed character, but that's what will happen if you fuse an NE1, NE2 character into a non-NE person through Awakening. He will be lost. All that NE would be lost. So as I said before, NE is what gives you more abilities. It does give you more stats as well through abilities, which are basically abilities, but they made a pun out of it. So you can see here, 1-star character. I don't have any more of these. So even color matters. So even though I have these printies that look blue, I can use one of them to increase my ability by 1. But a red printy cannot be increased by the other one, even though they act almost the same or identical. You can use a universal NE increaser called the NE printy. This one is available through events or collecting points. And then you have the other ones that I have not been able to access right now. That's how you do NE, and then you allocate mana. This is where I was talking about, where you can assign points so that they have a rank up in those sort of things. So attack up would probably mean that you'll be able to increase the attack by 83. This is, you can keep on using it. You have the collected mana right here, and they show it to you how much you increase each level up. In this game, they made it easier, so you don't have to do it at the start. You can do it when you've maxed out. So this character is level 400, and they show that he increases, if you do the attack thing once, he's going to increase his attack by 83. But yeah, this is how you grow a person. And to grow an item, you go into the item world. So there's the main story icon, there's the event one, and then there is Netherworld History and Dark Gates. Dark Gates is what's going to help you level up, get money, and to get resources for Reincarnation. Reincarnation, again, is just to break the cap. of your character, the cap level. Then we have experience HL. There's explanatory. HL is this thing right here. This is one of the only resources in the game that you can use and replenish very quickly. The quartz one is what gets you the characters. Basically, it's a gacha game. In other words, you use quartz, and then out of a pool of characters, you get one. So, you go to the main story, you go to chapter 1, you complete episode 1 by going one by one by one by one by one till the end. You unlock chapter 2, go to the first part, second part, third part, as far as this area here, and then you'll unlock Item World. Item World, you basically jump into an item and level it up. Those are the basic gist of it. There are more things that help items become stronger, and there are other things that go into depth. But basic gist is characters have levels, they have abilities, they have skills, and each of the weapons they level up too. You can merge them, make them more powerful, and that's how it is. If you want to check out more, if you have any more questions, you can always check out my stream on Twitch. But that would be all for the basics of it. This game goes very deep later on. Even right now, it might be a little bit difficult. If you need any explanation, again, you can check out the stream and ask me questions. The link to the stream should be in the description. And yeah, with that, I will call it for this one. Let me know if you want to see more. I want to go more into details, but I want to make the basic one as basic as possible so people can understand and get as much information as well before they jump in. Well, with that, thank you, and if you can, subscribe and watch more videos, I guess. All right, bye.